This has been way overdue.
Mm.
This man right here, we known each other for a minute now. Seen his growth. Was I extended. You know what I'm saying? Him and Don doing their thing many years now.
Yes, sir.
And it just doesn't stop. Touring the States, getting deals with producers, publishing, checks coming in. You know what I mean?
New books, all kinds of stuff.
Authorships, everything is coming
Yes,
in.
sir.
J Hatch, man.
Yeah, man.
It's banging tables, baby.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you
What's
coming out.
going on, bro?
I mean, we out here at Music Works Studio. You know what I'm saying? Just catching up. It's been a minute. It's been a long time. You know, it's only right that we catch up and connect, man.
It's been a minute, man. I've been wanting to do this for a while, you know what I'm saying? I know schedules are really hectic. Everything is in a way, but finally in
We're here
sync
now,
right
though.
now.
That's what
Yeah,
counts.
we're in sync right now.
Yes.
We have Music Works Studios.
Yep.
And just want to take it back to the roots, man, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Tell us about J Hatch, man. Let us know
J
about
Hatch.
let us know about J Hatch,
All right,
man.
well, once upon a time, J Hatch was a rapper named Buku Bucks.
Ooh.
I don't know if everybody knows that or not, but if you read the book, you probably got a little rundown with it. But yeah, I used to be a rapper, man, a long time ago. Was signed to Vance Wright, who was Slick Rick's DJ at the time. So I kind of grew up in the the mid '90s, early '90s. You know, the vibe of New York hip hop, Nerd Shell, CL Smooth, Busta Rhymes, Sadat X, Dead Prez, like all these guys were around me. Grand Puba, Nice and Smooth. I saw these guys on a daily basis, and I really, gained an incredible respect for hip hop at that point, because I had a chance to really be a part of it. At some point, though, that kind of fell through and didn't work out. Went back to go work for a clothing company. Ended up managing like 18 stores. I was putting in tons of hours, making this company a lot of money. And then one day I just woke up and I said, man, I just don't love this anymore. You know what I mean? My father passed away. I said, if I'm going to make a move, and do what I love, now is the time. I didn't have any mortgage, didn't have any kids, didn't have any like major debt. So I, ventured out. I've been luckily self-employed now for 15 years. But along the way, I worked for Bad Boy Street Team for a while. I worked, did Biggie's first album, Kim's first album. Did a lot of street team. I learned early on from people like Super Mario, who was like the guru of street team marketing for Bad Boy at Puff. When he was really popping, Bad Boy kind of ran everything. And I had a chance to really learn what that hand-to-hand street marketing, promotion, hustle was all about. People like Steve Rifkin that started, Loud Records. They were really like they embodied the life of street team marketing, and Puff kind of followed that
Definitely.
that format. Yeah.
Definitely. So, all right, so you got your taste of being an MC,
Yep.
and then you got a taste of being behind the scenes and being out there, making
Yep.
sure that gets heard and people know who they are. All right, so how did J Hatch get into this admiration and this idea of getting into the producer realm, and how did that spark up?
Okay. Well, I used to do a lot of artist showcases back in the day. And I did a showcase with, I was a co-founder of a showcase called Faces in the Crowd, which is still around now.
Yes.
At the time, we were Vibe Magazine, we were Loud Records, and we had a lot of sponsorships. So we ended up helping a girl by the name of Chrisette Michelle out, getting her deal at Island Def Jam, and found her at our showcase. And at that point, people started coming out and saying, like, okay, these guys are like the go-to for new artists. So A&Rs would come out, and all these artists would want to be involved in the show. And it just so happened that there was an artist by the name of I don't even remember what they're called. They were from Jersey. I think they were called Harlem Nights or something like that, or they were kind of like a Wu-Tang clan. But their manager, who's my partner now, Don DiNapoli, he approached me with the idea because he liked the way we put the shows together. They were very organized, professional. If we said so-and-so A&R is going to be there, so-and-so producer is going to be there, they were always here. So he had approached and said, hey, listen, there's a void for producers. There's really nothing out there. And at the time, we're talking like almost 13 years ago now, it was really, only thing that was going on was like Beat Society and Dynamic Producer. And there was only like a couple of opportunities for producers. And they were more entertaining than they were educational, we felt. So we said, if we're going to do this, let's do something for producers to help them, gain more knowledge of how they can get their music to the industry, how they should present it. And one day, Don approached me. I said, all right, let's try it out. Next thing you know, we kind of figured this was the right thing, just the chemistry of how we operated and what he brought to the table and what I brought to the table. And here we are, 12 years later, doing what we love to do every day and able to help a lot of people get to their goals. And, it's an amazing experience to just be able to provide a platform for somebody just based off of your ability to build relationships and, organize an incredible show.
And that's kind of was also been an assistance to you now in your shows. You have producers that come and give critique,
Yeah.
and they give advice to these guys. How did you get them involved, and when you get them into these situations, to give that love to the fellow producer community?
Well, part of it was they didn't really have that coming up. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys, like big shout to like Buck Wild, Easy Mo B, Lenny S, Bonsu used to be the editor in chief of Double XL, Needles. Like these guys early on really embraced us as a brand and really saw the saw the vision. And these guys would come out and they would just be floored by the talent, number one, two, the lack of education and wanting to give back. Buck Wild was a supporter since day one. He's been somebody who really just kind of came to the table and said, like, I didn't have this when I came out. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really know, how to, play my beats a certain way or prepare them a certain way or have melodies and this kind of stuff. And he learned a lot too. The Rock Wilders, the Focuses, these guys learned a lot by coming out to the show, and they taught us a lot of things too, just about how to interact and what was important for a producer to know. And just their insight and our platform really provided a lot of opportunity. And then luckily we started seeing people like S1, Cardiac, the Mechanics, M Phases, Frequencies, all these guys like really get a lot of notoriety out of the showcases. And at the time we didn't really have the legs or the foundation or the know-how or even the relationships to get them to the next level. But now we do, and now we're kind of in that business now.
And how about your collaborations with all these sponsors? We have Native Instruments and
Yep.
such and such. Like, how did that come about?
Well, really, we kind of touched their direct demographic. There's not too many events that really focus on the producer solely. Obviously we have artists at our show sometimes, now we're going into the songwriter side of things heavy because that's the new focus for a lot of producers. But there was nothing this consistent, this large, and this professional and organized at the time. So, when we started working with Monster Energy or Native Instruments or Akai or Ableton or IK Multimedia, they saw the vision early on and they said, well, if we can support these guys and they're doing a great job, we can maybe see some additional sales and just really kind of put two and two together. And it's really worked out. IK Multimedia and Ableton were our very first sponsors since the jump. And then Native Instruments came on board and Akai came on board. And we've been lucky to have these great relationships. And there's also companies like Propeller Heads and Isotope and Audio Technica and all these other companies that really believe in us and have helped build our prize packages and also just created a know-how for specific projects and products in the music industry.
Oh, that's good. That's great. And what about your collaborations with the schools?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, we do a beat camp program at iStandard, which is basically where we take over an audio school for the weekend, such as an IAR, an SAE, Art Institute, Media Tech, etc., in various cities. We did 8 this year, but next year we're kind of changing the model a little bit. We're gonna do 4. But it's really about just taking over the school for the weekend, bringing in some of your favorite producers, and teaching newer producers, songwriters, engineers what it takes to be, next level in the music industry. We go everywhere from teaching them how to make music, to how to look at contracts, to network, to brand, to just really understand how the decisions that you make can affect you in the long run. So. It's been a great ride. SAE, was our first partnership, and then as we spawned into newer cities, we went to Expressions and Media Tech in Dallas, and it's just a great event because people come out, and the collaborative side of it is really what happens at the beat camps, because these guys sometimes don't even know there's talented producers in their own backyard. So when they come out to the events, it's like, hey, did you know this person? Oh, I didn't know. Where are you from? Or what do you do? Well, I'm great at drums. I'm great at melody. Okay, good. I play the keys. So we've kind of followed the format of where the industry is going, because really the collaborative effort is what goes on nowadays. You don't see too many producers producing an entire project anymore. That's kind of changed. They're looking for like who's created the last hit. But nowadays it's important to create a sound, and I think a lot of these guys are starting to figure that out.
That's what's up. You want to leave us with any advice, man, for anybody out there that's just trying to get involved and trying to do, the things that you're doing right now, just being a leader, in this kind of community?
I would just say, always know that you can learn. I think a lot of times people come out and they think they may know it all. They think, they don't want to take advice, or they don't want to learn anything new. They just kind of feel like, if I'm just gonna make beats, I'm gonna make beats, and eventually I'm gonna place a record. When you make a record or make a beat, you basically have a product. So if you think about it, like, one of the things I always bring up is the soda aisle mantra. So if you go into a grocery store, one of the bigger ones, you'll see like Coke on one side and Pepsi on the other on the end caps. But then you got that whole row of different types of soda. You got the RC Cola, the Bodega Cola, the Tropical Cola. What's going to make me want to try one of those? Is it a cosign, somebody saying, hey, try this cola? Is it somebody saying, wow, the packaging is dope, maybe let me try this? Or maybe I'm just like, one day I'm like, hey, I just want to try something different. That's what producers are. That's what artists are. That's what writers are. You're all in the soda aisle. But you want to get to the end caps, and you want to beat Coke or Pepsi. But Coke or Pepsi spend millions of dollars a year. They spend time testing products. So you can't just think by making a beat or having somebody rap on your record that you're going to get to the next level. It takes years. I've been doing this now for 25 years, really, on and off, for 15 years consecutively self-employed. So, if you want more information, just get my book, man. Go to Mogul Status on go to Mogul Status on my Instagram. The link is in the bio, and you'll learn about all my trials and tribulations. Same things you guys are going through out there. Not saying that I perfected them, but I've found ways to go around them, avoid them, and learn from them. One thing I've always believed in is there's no such thing as a loss. You either win or you learn. So take the time out to get educated and really learn how to take your stuff to that next chapter and get past yourself, because sometimes we hold ourselves back. Make sure you follow us at iStandard. Go to the website istandardproduce.com and check out my man Rado, the whole bangintables.com side of things. These guys have always supported us. We believe in what he brings to the table, and it's a mutual respect. So bangintables.com, istandardproduce.com. Follow us at iStandard and get some knowledge of the shows, and make sure you cop my book, man. How I Left My Job, Made it in the Music Industry, at Mogul Status on Instagram.